Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearthstone for Kaiserreich. So we've unified Italy. That is great news for us. I'll keep you here for now. You just get a bunch of political power for... Oh, you want to join the International for sure. I think we just get a bunch of political power just for joining the, for winning the war. I'm happy to see it. So, now that Italy's been united, we can get rid of you. We should now... Probably in charge at the time of the first post-unification election, which is in March of 1941. So wait, do you not fire until 1941? Okay then. Well, I feel kind of bad for canceling you. Where do I want White Army to go? Or Yellow Army? I guess I'll put you on the border here. That's a lot of German troops. I'm going to put you on the border here. Okay. So, military factories, let us... Well, the thing is, a lot of our military factories can't actually use properly quite yet. Because they are in occupied territory. You don't really get full benefits from them yet. Research slot. What do we want to take? Excavation 3. I know it's at a time, but we have a big bonus on that. Looks good. Can't go to the war economy. We can't get some advisors now. Unfortunately, because we're not... You're just is not totalist. But you can have Petrito Nenni. And I don't know who Petrito Nenni is. Well, I mean, it's you, actually. Political advisor costs -33. So let's take you first. That means everybody else here is going to be cheaper. So we can actually fill this out completely. Current ruling party is Radical Socialist. But the thing is, if you ever switch off this, I think for even a second, you get fired, which is not great. You, doesn't matter, we can always have Gramsci in here, thanks to the stability. And aside from that, again, anybody who requires you to be... We use requires to not be Radical Socialist. Appeal to Socialist Unity. You're actually another 30% cheaper, which is not useful because you're like the last guy. Operative slot +1. Honestly, it isn't bad. And just free manpower forever. Because right now we're getting 600 a month. This would be 1,600. Roughly. 1,600 manpower. What was our current cap? 500,000. So it is a 0.2% per month. Wait. Yeah, like a 0.2% per month bonus. That doesn't actually seem that great. You could be pretty good, though. I'll take you. For our free dockyards. Let's throw another in the convoys. The convoys don't require manpower. And let's start building up some more aircraft. All of this looks good. All our volunteers, of course, are now leaving. But that's to be expected. And you know, we have the guns. Well, how's the CSA actually doing? Let's send them the rifles. I know we probably could use them ourselves. I have 20,000 actually. We don't need to do that actually at all. We're gonna go 10 on you. 1 row. 3 tanks, 1 row. But you don't have the anti-tank. Can I afford the anti-tank in here? It'd be -500. Dude, let's duplicate you. And then you guys can have the support anti-tank, anti-air. And then, you know what? Let's make you... Because you're 18 combat with right now. Can I make you into... I don't want you. I can make you into like a 24 with 2 artillery pieces. Save you as copy. Delete this. We're going to have 10 of the copy divisions. Now, do you have everything you need? You don't have all the anti-tank. The anti-tank's missing a little. It's only missing by 28. We actually have a lot of anti-aircraft guns still left. So, you know, we can probably throw anti-air into someone else as well. Throw them into the tank divisions. Looks good to me. Oh, wait. This is the post-war election. With Italy finally unified, the various political politicians across the country now vicariously asking for new elections, which are to include the newly liberated territories. On a theoretical level, everyone agrees that these lands should have the right to influence the government of the Social Republic, and effectively, the Reconstruction regime in these territories Means these new elections will see a certain victory for the sitting government, which will lead us to a constant instability, or lead us out of the constant instability that has plagued our country since 1936. Unions, anarchists, and fascists still have a month to play their power games, which after which they will sure to bow to whichever. They'll blow each other's smithereens. I don't know why I can't talk right now. It is like 1 o'clock in the morning, as of the time of recording. I know it has a juicy 75% bonus. That is literally 2.5 years ahead of time. Let's wait at least a little bit on that. 1940s. We can probably take heavy machine guns now. Let's take cannons. We'll boost up you. And it's looking good. It's looking good. Now, we don't need the oil as much anymore. We can cancel imports of you. Next up. Actually, let's at least import 2. How about Iran? Iran, you want to give me like 2 oil for now? And then we'll trade 1 more rubber with Peru. We'll trade 1 tungsten with the League of Southeast Provinces. Again, we just want to trade with people who I know we will not be ending up at war with. Our government has scored a minor diplomatic triumph as Switzerland has recently decided to return Campione, the former Italian exclave in Ticino, back to us. Thank you. 2% stability, political power. I believe that's like a really tiny town in Switzerland. Obviously, it doesn't matter so much at the moment. It doesn't even show on the map. That's how small it is. You need excavation 3. We can get 16 more steel. That would be nice for us, for sure. And the Ottoman Empire. Anatolian Kurdistan's actually risen up. You don't really see that too often. It's a bit of a rarity. Now, Egypt and Iran. This is probably when I would attack. Because Anatolian Kurdistan is probably one of the more powerful Kurdistans. Of the 2 that exist within Kaiserreich. It is definitely one of the most powerful. Okay, so 14 days on you. Get more fuel silos. It'll be good for us to just hold more fuel. We have a month left. So I want... Is there anything I can even do to... The radical socialist growth goes up. Trial for reactionary leaders. With our victory over the reactionary class, leaders of the corrupt republic and the noble leaders of the despotic kingdom are standing trial. Some want us to be lenient with them, while others want us to be harsh and make an example. Well, we will be lenient because I want more support for the radical socialist. Not that I think that actually has any effect on you. In October 30. Okay, so this did reset. That's nice. I will take an infantry specialist right now. We're sitting at 62% world tension. How much generation did I form by joining? 6%? Okay. So, the first... Are you... Okay, no, you're a different person. Excellent. The first post-war election have finally been held. Polling booths were open all around the country. Though in certain unreconstructed areas, the vote was severely restricted, much to the chagrin of the sitting activist government, who had hoped to use the election to prove the democratic nature of the Social Republic. Nevertheless, the recent push to expand suffrage in these areas proved to be a successful gamble for the actionists, who ended up being the great winners in this election. Defying black shirt interference and outnumbering the candidates elected through the trade unions, with a number of sympathetic elections coming from these ranks as well, the actionists will surely now be the leaders of the first post-war government. Immediately, an accord was found with trade unions to impeach Mussolini. The president sensed the failure of the presidential project and resigned from power and quickly left the country. In his place, Parliament has elected Rosali. Though he opposes the extraordinary powers of the presidency, he has chosen to keep these powers until he is able to fully restore constitutional normalcy. Okay. So we have now gone for our 7 points manifesto. I believe we need to do this event before we do this event. Because, I mean, it says many powers will oppose this boost, especially the FAR. Precautions are needed. And I'm going to assume that these are the precautions we need to do. And probably also reconcile with like-minded Republicans. Political power plus 50, 5% stability, 25,000 manpower. You're pretty nice. The effects of this focus will change depending on the current Pope. It does look like the Pope, I'm assuming, is the conservative one because it's in blue. More support for radical socialism. Let's reconcile with the like-minded Republicans. We're currently doing something else. Well, you're almost done. You're going to be done in 2 days. Okay, Clover Revolution. I mean, the stability would be nice. We're at 78%, though. We're actually looking pretty good. The Social Democrats will join the coalition. Radical Socialism game increases. I mean, that seems pretty nice as well. We'll take you. And yeah, so Greece has lost. The Socialists lost in Greece. However, they'll probably still be anti-Berlin, which is really mostly what we care about. And Ireland had a revolution, but they're social conservative. We don't care. While we may have completed the liberation of the rest of Italy, our own internal enemies are also apparently recently completed the unification of the wide anti-socialist front. Coming from all across the country, about a dozen independent anti-socialist militias have recently been subsumed inside the class anti-military front, giving them better organization, making them several times more effective against our government. This has coincided with the new Chetnik offensive on the home front, with significant resources committed in the reconstruction of liberated territories. They have proven to be a dangerously effective ally of whoever external enemies we still have. So we need to deal with the Chetniks very quickly. And can I do this yet? Enrico Calviga. Is that you? No. With Calviga finally in our hands, nothing can stop us from delivering justice to terrorists. Okay, so I'm guessing you are the leader of... Okay. So what do we need to do then? We need to check operation in 30 days. Leave an opening 10%. Removes 15 days from you. Chetnik's on the move. Expand police. We don't have the political power to do this yet. An expansion of the Christian Social Party. Born in 1919 are the social associates of the PPI, and led since the foundation of Riccardo Lombardi, the Christian Social Party has been the chief Catholic political party in the Social Republic. Even with the recent unification of the country, it appears this may not be bound to change. With many former PPI politicians joining its ranks, and PCS seems set on expanding its political influence. Though whether these politicians had a genuine change of heart, or there is adopting a tactic of reactionary entryism, we cannot say. We're not going to worry about the Social Democrats too much. We're going to get them in our coalition anyways, which is nice. Okay, so second Kurdistan is open up in here. Activates missions, Chetnik's on the move. Decrease the likeliness of the next FMC attack being prevented. You cost 50 points. So we have a 10% chance of ringleaders apprehended. 90% chance of the Chetnik's attack. Increase the likelihood of next FMC attack being prevented with his organizer. So it looks like the more this happens, the more likely they are to get caught. Okay. Leave an opening. So we want this to happen, I guess, faster. But it costs 10% stability, so I don't know if we want it or not. I know it seems a little silly, but I genuinely actually cannot tell. Okay, we'll drive you up towards Vienna. And then Yellow Army, where you're at, we're going to drive you towards Frankfurt. I think this seems like a great plan for us, honestly. Germany, how are you guys doing? I'm assuming you're probably doing better than I was doing. But I don't think that's saying too much. Chetnik's on the move. What do you do? I'm guessing this resets this number. If not activated. Like, that would make sense to me. That's what this would do. I mean, we have like a 1 in 10 chance actually isn't bad. I mean, it's not great, obviously. But it's not the worst thing that we can have. Albania joined with the Austrians, that's fine. And the Chetniks attack? Factory bombed in Tuscany. Fair. Okay, we'll get them sooner or later. The stability and political power loss is actually kind of devastating. Okay, then it goes to the 2080. The thing is, 10% stability is not... It's still not good. Now, is there anything I can do to deal with the Chetniks? Not right now. And what do you do for us? May use iridescent decisions to claim territory. That's for claiming territory in Austria, and I think maybe a little bit of Switzerland, but like not that really matters so much. The political power actually plus 50 would actually be quite nice for us to deal with the Chetniks. His Holiness had locked himself up within the Vatican, as the previous Pope did during the days of the King of Italy. He refuses to acknowledge that the Social Republic rules Italy. However, so long as he is locked within the Vatican, he can do little but make noise. Okay, well, thanks for the political power. Liberalize the Union. Syndicalism go down by a little bit, but more support for ourselves. Resistance target goes down as well. Political power plus 5%, stability plus 10%. And you give us new generals, but I don't know if I care about the generals that much. Let's liberalize the What do you do, actually, before I take this? Well, we need all these eventually, but let's liberalize the unions first. And then we need to break the enemy democracy as soon as we possibly can. I'm assuming that's going to be important for us. So I'm going to press this. Yeah, and I'm assuming that resets the counter, right? It would make sense. Also, I don't know if this worked. Because we press it. Oh, no, that was at the 3070. Oh, you know what? It was probably 0-100. And then I clicked the button the first time. Okay, that actually makes sense. By the way, how's our trains doing? Let's go armored train. Let's move our way towards maybe getting a railway gun if we can. But I do want to upgrade our rifles to level 2. We'll upgrade what we can. And we still have no manpower. How sad. We do need more tanks, though. Let's go up to 5 tanks. That looks good. I mean, one of our factories is bombed, which is not great. 15 on you. But you have no manpower. You need 163,000 manpower. It's going to take quite a lot. With Rome once again the capital of Italy, a jazz festival has been put on in the various musical unions throughout Italy. Jazz has been within Italy since before the Revolution, starting in 1904. Though modern Italian jazz draws inspiration from America, the famed American jazz musician Louis Armstrong is a highlight of the festival. Thank you, Louis Armstrong. Happy to have you here. Now, the CSA, I'll say, is kind of not doing so hot. Spain is joining International. How is the International doing? I think this is pretty good. Of course, we didn't get the Dutch, and the Dutch would have been like a great draw for us. But nothing we can really do about that, unfortunately. So now that we're in a desert, we could send volunteers to Egypt. Because again, Egypt winning the war is good for us because Egypt will declare war on the Kingdom of France. And having the, what's the country called? Having Egypt and the Entente at war with each other is just beneficial for us. You know what? I will take you. I have so many research slots. Using one for a technology is going to take more than a year. Honestly, it's okay. With Italy reunited, the Guerra d'Italia can begin again. The Guerra d'Italia is a cycling race beginning in 1909. Thank you for the political power. I do actually appreciate it. Let's start going for like the 1940 aircraft as well. Slowly get that stuff up to snuff. And Chile's fallen. Again, that's kind of fine. I don't think Argentina is going to be a big deal for us. Okay, we did fail our roll again, which is a bit of a shame. Well, what are we at now? We're at 40-60. It's okay. It's basically a coin flip at this point, right? It's basically a coin flip. Now, I would like this to happen, or I'd like to get rid of this ASAP, because I don't want this to go down to a 30-70 again. Again, you know, 30-70 is still fairly okay. I would prefer not to see it. But in a few days, we can press this button again. We can reset this counter. Now, expanding to police operations is, I think, not going to be easy. Because we need 80 command power. And it is coming in a little slow. Okay, Commune of Gabon has collapsed. So it's an ally in Africa we could have had, but, like, really, what are they going to do? Not much. Let's do some pan-European cooperation. So what are you? You're Syndicalist. So we got 3 Syndicalists. We got 2 Radsoc. We've got 3 Radsoc. What's Cuba? What are you up to? You're also Syndicalist. Okay. Is there anybody in the world that's actually Totalist? I don't believe so. I don't think we have any totalist countries. Maybe... No, you're led by Gandhi. You're a little too expensive, but I will take fuel refining 3. Thank you. Okay, now Iran's declared war on the Ottomans. Again, we do want the Ottomans to lose. They can join with the Reichspakt. Obviously, we don't want the Reichspakt to be powerful. We want them to be as weak as humanly possible. Come on, give me that 50-50. Give me that beautiful 50-50. And what to do with the royal palaces? With the conquest of the south, we have taken control of the territory of the Kingdom of Two Sicilies. And as we bring the revolution southwards, the question of what to do about the various noble royal palaces have arisen. Something that they should be turned into public museums, other things the government should use them for various ministry positions, and finally, some have given them over to the Workers' Youth League. So syndicalism, totalism, or radical socialism, make the museums, give me that 5% stability, let's freaking go. But I will say, at least for right now, this is going to be a good time for us to end off this episode, so you can enjoy a thumbs up. Not enjoying, click thumbs down. You want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.